Week 15 NFL Sunday recap. Here's the play of the day.
Herbert looking deep, throwing one up for Mike Williams, and it's intercepted. Did he get the feet in? Yes, a touchback. Joshua Kalu off the deflection.
Trying to throw that jump ball. It's a little bit beyond Mike Williams, and he tosses it back in.
What a play!
And with that, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Fun NFL. Like and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoy. We've got the Week 15 NFL Sunday recap, and of course, as always, well, I guess for now, we're starting out with the Week 16 injury report. Obviously, Sunday, injuries for the Commanders. Nothing really that important. Obviously, it was on Sunday night. Willie Beavers, undisclosed, is questionable for Week 16. Tariq Catchfield and Curtis Hodge, both on IR. Yeah, they're done. Oh, they're expected to return. My bad. Kyle Phillips, Chance Campbell, two big guys for Texans, are both eligible and expected to return from IR. As well, Zach Cunningham is expected to return, huge for them. Same thing with Trent Cannon, of course, a backup running back, really good power back, right behind Derrick Henry. Chris Wormley is on IR for the Steelers. He has a torn ACL. Rashad Robinson is also questionable, if you care about him. Don't really know. But yeah. William Jackson III is expected to be back for the Steelers. Of course, big game against the Raiders. And when they were Holiday Classic, that'll be in front of the whole country on Christmas Eve. So I do suggest watching that. Dallas Goedert is expected to return. That's huge for the probably biggest game of the year. Brett Toth also is PUP is expected to come back. Denzel Mims concussion is questionable. Steve McKinney, don't know what that means, is not, I don't even know, whatever that stands for, yeah, that's, you can make your up on your own mind with Xavier McKinney. Wonder Matt Robinson, of course, ACL. Obviously, when we look at it, I mean, there's three, Mark Cannon, Jason Hyde, and Jake Bailey, all expected to return from IR for the Patriots. Nothing really much there. I mean, ankle is questionable for Jerome Baker. Keon Crossan also is in the injury is questionable. That's not great there. Nothing much for the Raiders. Rams, same thing. What else? I don't see much here. McCole Hardman is expected to return with Blake Bell. Shaquille Griffin is expected to return for the cornerback, for of course back injury for Jacksonville. Quintus Cephas expected to return. Same thing with Trent Benson and Chase Lucas and Tommy Kramer and Bobby Price. They have a lot of guys returning. Halba Vitae, of course, starting guy, is expected to return huge, and I mean huge, for the Lions. Lloyd Cushenberry is expected to return. Same thing with Jonas Griffith. Caden Stearns, Tom Compton. They have like 4 guys for the Broncos. A lot of 2 offense, 2 defense. Key guys. 2 of them starters, I think. Are expected to return for Christmas. Obviously, playing the Rams. Terrence Steele is on injured reserve, knee, ACL, MCL, tore both. That's really sad. Nothing much to keep going. Obviously, concussion for Jadeveon Clowney is questionable. John Johnson is questionable with a thigh injury. Bison Clark Harris, of course, he is a long snapper, is on IR, expected to return. Drew Sample, of course, is expected to return as well. Kent Taylor Britt's questionable. Tyson Anderson is expected to return. Andre Anthony will probably start as an expected return, but he's out week 16, so you'll probably see him week 17 in Detroit. Nothing for me to keep going. Expected return for Andre Roberts, but again, he didn't really play. So, C.J. Henderson, ankle, is questionable. Boogie Basham, calf, is questionable. Of course, Kyler Murray, blah, 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 blah. And now going into Monday, we've got Chase Young. It's questionable for Week 16, obviously. Keep going. Danico Autry, knee, is questionable. Ryan Tannehill, ankle, is questionable. Amani Hooker, knee, is questionable. Out for Week 16, Debo, okay. Expected to return in Week 17. Kevin Givens, his knee injury, MCL. Both those guys are out, expected to play in Week 17. Kenny Pickett is questionable with that concussion. Miles Jack Rowan is questionable as well. Jalen Hurts' shoulder is questionable. It's probably not anything big. I wouldn't expect Mike White to play. I'd actually expect Dak Wilson to play, but we never know there. Obviously, we've got a lot of guys questionable. IR, expected to return. We got Brian Hoyer. There's a lot of questionable guys. Obviously, Jordan Jenkins is IR. Out week 16, Cam Robinson, of course, probably out for the season with that meniscus injury. Michael Strachan also there as well. JT's probably out for the season as well. He is doubtful. He's really struggled with injuries this year. Again, got too many carries last year. He's gotten way too many in his career. as a football player in general. Dakota Allen is on IR. After week 16, expected to return for the LVE. That's good to see. Chase Claypool's questionable. I really don't know what else to say. I mean, nothing really major. Yeah, Byron Murphy's questionable for Christmas night, but that's all I got there, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Obviously, we probably will see Lamar Jackson. That, of course, that knee PCL injury. I hope it'll be good. Obviously, a minor ligament, but it can get serious. That's all I got there, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the injury update. Let's get right to the first game. Here's the highlights from the Steelers-Panthers. It was a pretty darn good game.
Throw it out to Charlotte with our announcers, Greg Gumbel, Adam Archuleta, and AJ Ross.
This is Bank of America Stadium, home to the Carolina Panthers, who, despite a horrible start this year, have postseason aspirations as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. Harris coming to the outside, looking for the end zone, and he gets there. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Bell on 3rd down and 7 or more yards, and Darnold gonna go deep. He's got a man open, and he's got him inside the 10-yard move, giving chase. 3 Steelers throwing. It is caught. Let's see what the officials rule. Touchdown. DJ Moore. Trubisky to throw for it. Gonna go deep down the sideline, and it is caught. George Pickens. What a catch. Warren looking for the end zone and finds it for the touchdown. Anyway, on this one, Trubisky reaching and does get there this year. Darnold throwing, that's complete, come across the middle, and it's Chuba Howard, and Howard with running room. Midfield, 40 from 29 yards. He's perfect through 12 now. Hold the throw. Gonna go down the sideline. This direction, it is incomplete, intended for Terrace. Darnold looking several ways, and he can't get rid of it. He goes down just inside. And it is good. On its way, straight enough. Long, right down the middle. And certainly long enough. Fake to this side. The ball is loose.
They knock off the Panthers 24-16, and they're probably, honestly, could have been the best game of the year. They're now 6-8, bounced back after a tough loss last week. Of course, they have now, what is it, 3 out of their last 4? Yeah, they're playing well. Panthers now 5-9. This is a game they had to win, and they lost it. They kind of blow it. They could still win the division. I wouldn't put it past them, but they're going to have to probably win out. Mitch Trubisky, 17 of 22, 179, and yeah, he was pretty decent. Didn't turn over the football, got the ball deep downfield a couple of times. Straight out the defense. The other running game wasn't very efficient. They just didn't really have any big runs, but I don't think it was bad overall. Najee Harris, I mean, he's just not explosive. He had a touchdown, though. Jalen Warren also had a touchdown. Mr. Trubisky also had a touchdown. 3 rushing touchdowns on the ground. DeAndre Johnson had a pretty good game. Of course, caught that bomb. Other than that, he really struggled to get open, but 10 for 98. George Pickens caught that one bomb. Their passing game, again, was a lot of big plays. Defensively, Robert Spillane, I think, was pretty good. 6 tackles. Tremaine Edmonds, Terrell Evans really struggled to hit the run. That's really what he's really good at. I hope you guys do that as well. But he was actually much better coverage than usual. Alex Highsmith had a sack. Came in, had 1.5 sacks. They had 1.5 sacks. They had 4 total felt, and they got a ton of pressure. They got like 18 pressure, something crazy like that. Panthers Sam Darnold, I think he's pretty good overall. 14-23, 225 touchdowns. They pushed the ball out as much as you like, but he put it pretty well. Didn't run the ball like at all. Well, they did return on it. They just sucked because their offensive line wasn't getting any push, and the running backs weren't really hitting any holes. DJ Morrissey 5 for 3 touchdowns was their best receiver. Chief Offense 57, so at least they got him the ball there. And Sharp got a nice, really good catch downfield. They were not good offensively. Defensively, Jeremy Chin 11 tackles. He was basically just playing the box ball game. Freaking LeFou had a sack. Where is he? Xavier Woods, just not there. He did not play it wasn't there. That's all I gotta say. He did not look like he was playing. Eddie Pinheiro had 3 statistically. Steelers had 11 yard drive, so it was a defensive game. It was a little sloppy. It was no turnovers, no. 36 to 24 minutes production. Obviously 4-0 sack. 1 sack is a lot of pressure. And, of course, they had a lot more plays. Steelers kind of virtually dominated this game, considering they went 12-16 to 4-11 on 3rd down. Of course, 10 more first downs. Really good game for the Steelers. That's all I got there, guys. It's great. The keys to the game great for both these teams. Okay, now for this Steelers offense. They didn't turn over the football. They didn't have a good running game, though. Mr. Trubisky didn't throw the ball that much, and they did get the ball to DeAndre Johnson. But offensively, overall, give them a plus. They weren't anything special. It really just was. They kind of just fed off the defense. That's really it. Steelers defense, no technical push yards, rushing line, absolutely. TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith, I combined for like maybe 2.5 sacks. They were pretty good, though. Overall, defensively, I think that was one of their better games, so I'll actually give them 4 pluses. Not 5 or anything like that, because they didn't force a turnover. They were actually kind of dominated up front in terms of their passing. Well, they were dominant, my bad. In terms of the intermediate part of the field, the deep part of the field, sometimes they were not great in terms of coverage, but overall, they weren't that bad. Let's get over to the Panthers. So Sam Darnold did what I wanted him to. They didn't turn over the football, and Rasheem Blackshear didn't really get a lot of plays. But however, Sam Darnold did pass him a lot of plays to either throw it away, which is what I like to see, or just simply, I'll be completely honest with you, take a sack. Because a couple of those times, like, he got pressured a lot, yeah, but he didn't, like, just stand in there and make some of the throws you'd expect him to make. Like, he just didn't, which is a little sad. Because, again, he just, well, in some of the read, he kind of, like, screwed up on some of his read. You can see his eye discipline was not as good as he could have, and he should have stayed on a receiver and not stayed on a receiver. So it was just the mental part of it wasn't there for him. But offensively, I don't think it was an absolutely terrible game, but I had to give him 3 minuses because they were the reason they lost this game. Panthers defense, again, they weren't good in the red zone in terms of red zone rushing defense, but that was literally the only time they were really anything worse than that. Again, big plays weren't good, and again, Xavier Woods was non-existent in this one, which can't happen. Defensively, it was a tough one. I'll have to give them a minus. I really don't give 2 minuses. I guess they kept them in it, but again, it was just a tough game for the Panthers. They didn't play bad per se. They just didn't really move the football enough, and their defense just, again, Xavier Woods was non-existent. Let's get to the Chiefs and Texans game. This game was crazy.
The #1 tight end and arguably the best coach in the league, all serving as our backdrop here this afternoon. 14, moving, breaking, dodging, chased by Cashman downfield and 10. And a pass caught downfield by Moore. Grabbed from behind by Fred McDuffie. Down, goal at the 8. Touchdown. McKinnon at the back. Mahomes easily outside. McKinnon blocked by Kelsey. And that is a touchdown. Here's Mahomes, usually meaning a handoff, but we trailed right at the line. And the ball loose. The fumble on the play after being blocked by Tunsil. Messy pocket, there he goes. Mills on the run, room to roam, and touchdown! Wiley with the block, Mahomes on the move, and gets it off to Kelsey, who holds on after the big hit by Pete. Mahomes blocked by McKinnon to the end zone. What a grab! Touchdown! And he puts it up, and
an opportunity to get back in there.
2 tight ends, McKinnon the back, 1st and 10. It's McKinnon who throws it back to Mahomes. Looking deep, and now he goes underneath, and it's caught. That's PAT the last time out there, and that is good, and the Chiefs have got the lead. Free the snap. Mahomes, Smith-Schuster, blocked there by McKinnon with a flag. 5 in the secondary. The quarterback is Davis Mills. Tunsil a block. Mills. Caught. Flag, touchdown, pocket, chased in the play by Lopez. He'll go in for 6. We are tied. Yards for the lead. No good. 3rd and 4. Held and grabbed and sacked by Cashman. Mills, blocked by a boot. OLA, and here's the Rooney fumble the ball. It's loose. The 1st and 10. McKinnon, Brown a block, and a block will open up the door. The game is over. Touchdown run, McKinnon. The Chiefs have won.
And you bet the Chiefs are the AFC West champs for the 7th straight year. That's tied for second all-time with the Rams, and from, what is it, 72 to 78, of course, 1900s. But, yeah, the Chiefs were really freaking good. I mean, it was not a good game they played, I'll be completely honest with you. I mean, their coverage was god-awful, and in terms of the run defense and the pass defense, but the fact they were just virtually so much more talented, and Patrick Mahomes played an awesome game. Yeah, he missed some reads a couple of times, but I mean, he's gonna, considering their offensive line played like pure dog crap for most of that game. But 30-24 overtime win, barely. Texans played, I'll be honest with you, they played really good football the last 2 weeks. Good for them. Still suck, but yeah, they have been. Good for them. Mahomes 36-41, 336, 2 touchdowns. He was virtually like impossible to stop. But I'll tell you one thing. Again, didn't push the ball downfield as much as you like, but again, like did avoid a couple of bad, like could have been bad plays. A couple plays, I'm like, that was not a good play, but whatever. Running game was very efficient. Could have done a little more, though. Derek McKinnon forced the walk-off. 26-yard touchdown run. Patrick Mahomes also ran for one on that nice play. Travis Kelce, 10 for 105. Juju, 10 for 88. Both pretty good games. Juju just didn't really get any time for targets. MVS also got a touchdown, same thing with Jared McKinnon. 20-yarder for him as well. He was literally their whole explosive passing game, whatever. Defensively now, I don't know what else to say, but the fact that their coverage was atrocious in both the run game and the pass game. What I mean by that in coverage is more of just like picking up blockers. Don't let them get on your guys. Stuff like that. They weren't able to shed blocks. They were pretty bad. The reason it's because, well, I'll tell you this, though. Their defensive line was fantastic in this one. They were menacing. Frank Clark also had a sack, though. Harrison Butker, of course, missed the game-winning field goal. He had a rough day. Davis Mills, 12, 24, 121, 2 touchdowns. Overall, he's pretty good. I mean, he missed a lot of throws, but it didn't really matter in the end considering they were able to run the ball pretty consistently for, like, what they needed to. And, again, their defense played outstanding. They played really well. They had a sack. Of course, Christian Kirksey had 9 tackles. They forced a lot of big punts. Blake Cashman had a sack. A lot of field game position game for them. They pushed the ball to the 50, then they punted it. That's really how you're going to beat them. Of course, Jordan Higgins had that great touchdown. Tegan Cortiniano also had a touchdown. And Davis Mills also ran for one. It was like a 20-yarder. Defensively, I don't know what else to say. They played very, very well. Better than they did last week, even. Blake Cashman had a sack as well. Kyrie Fairbairn made a field goal. Yeah, they had 502 total yards for the Chiefs, but you kind of got to expect it considering they're playing one of the worst defenses in the NFL. But again, 2-to-1 turnover ratio. Of course, Chiefs had 2 really bad turnovers. Texans were playing a lot of field position game. I really like that. But overall, the offensive line with the Chiefs was just not good overall. Like, they were really bad. And the Texans they got a lot of pressure. They didn't give up a lot of pressure either. Really good there. I mean, the run game, yeah, no really big runs because, again, they're getting penetrated every single time. But I really don't think it was that bad of a game for the Texans. They again, they're just not good. Chiefs, you keep playing like this, you're going to get yourself blown out. But I think you guys are okay. Just figure out a way to have your defense and your offense play consistently for a whole game, and I think you'll be good. And for the Chiefs offense, 30-plus points. They did that, I guess so, in the first half, which did not happen, and Mahomes did not get home in time. Again, their offensive line was not good at all. But I will say, Mahomes got it done. They were able to make it work. I'll give them 2 pluses. It wasn't a great game at all by them, though. Chiefs defense, I mean, they were just not good. It looked like a bad, sloppy performance. But I guess they worked out the kinks in the end. I'll give them a minus. They did not play well. Let's get to the Texans. Obviously, offensively, they didn't run the ball for over 200 yards, and Davis Mills didn't have a career game. But they were able to move the football when they needed to. They played a lot of the field position game. Really, I'll get after them. I'll give them a plus. Defensively, though, let the Chiefs throw wherever but deep. That's literally what they did. But there's one problem with that. When you can't really stop the run consistently, it's kind of hard to be good. But, I mean, you kind of took advantage of the Chiefs' offensive line kind of stinking it up. But overall, again, defensively, I'll give them a plus. They forced 2 turnovers. They really did what they were supposed to do. Because, again, they really suck. So, kind of had no expectation. Texans played a decent game. Chiefs did not play a decent game. But I guess they figured it out in the end. Let's get to the next game. Eagles-Bears. Here are the highlights.
They've struggled since then. They've dropped 9 of their last 10 games, including 6 straight. And trying to snap that skid against one of the best in the NFL today. On 4th down and 2, Fields with a short roll. He's got Dante Pedersen. It's incomplete. First read was taken away. Hurts keeps it alive, turns the shoulders, launches downfield to the sideline, and pulled in. Just in case. Again, he scrambles. There's a flag down. This ball gets intercepted. From an empty set on 2nd down. Hurts over the middle. Has Smith with room. And Devontae Smith with speed into Bears territory. He inherits the holding duties. He puts it down and Elliott pokes it through. What you were talking about earlier. Him keeping it alive to throw. Here he got belted by Reddick. Loose ball. It moves in the pocket and gets away. Justin Fields takes off, turns a sack into a big gain and a 1st down. Justin Fields, otherworldly, stays in. Back to Montgomery. David Montgomery for the Bears touchdown. And Chicago takes the lead. This game that felt like it would have been a 1-score loss without the missed extra point. Here is another pick. It's from DeAndre Houston Carson. But today, a lot of the time he has been. 3rd and short. Hurts goes deep. Smith over the shoulder makes the play. On 3rd and 8, pressure coming out of the secondary. Hurts saw it and took off. End zone ahead. Touchdown. Touchdown until the final minutes of the first half. Hurts in rhythm into 1-on-1. It is over the shoulder for Brown. They're going to sneak it with Hurts, and he's in. 2nd touchdown of the day for Jalen Hurts. For the slow start today. Here's a screen, and that one's knocked away. It's a loose ball, and it's Bears ball. 5 here. Pressure coming. Fields whips it outside to Montgomery. His second touchdown. End around. Velus Jones got around the first man. The Eagles were all over it, and the ball comes out. Hole put down by Kern, and Elliott is off the upright. I am, but joins that list. The only quarterbacks ever to do it. Still with a month left. He's in trouble here. Stays alive. Flags down. Fields keeps on running. Pressure coming. Hurts wants it all with Brown. A.J. Brown beating Johnson. Staying in. Taking it inside the 10. It is the sneak, and it's Hurts surging forward, but a flag down. Evades pressure here. And Fields has a wide open Pringle, blown coverage and a touchdown, and the Bears not dead yet. A.J. Brown on third down today. Looks his direction. On the slant, he's got him again.
And from Chicago, the Bears put up a fight against the Eagles, but eventually fell 25-20. They now found a 3-11, second worst record in the NFL, only behind the Texans. Obviously, the Eagles have won 5 in a row. They're 13-1. There hasn't been a 13-1 team since the 2020 Chiefs. They win next week. They can just let Jalen Hurts sit out the last 2 weeks. Probably won't have that happen. Let that happen though. Jalen Hurts 22 of 37, 315, 2 interceptions. I think Dan Orlovsky put it perfectly, but again on film, Jalen Hurts' footwork was pretty. I put it this way: it's a couple steps off. He took some really weird crow hops for some reason. Really was late on some throws, but they were really just big play happy, big play hunting, if you want to call it that. All they wanted to do was big play. It got pretty ugly at some points. I'm like, just throw it to the check down, or at least hit the guy over the middle for that could be a big play. They threw a lot of go balls on the sideline, a lot, like not 8 or 9, I'd say. But yeah, Jalen Hurts was didn't play well whatsoever. The good news for them is they always have that play over the middle, which is huge for them. When you're an offense that always wants to go big play, but you have that underneath crap, it's so important that you have that, because if you don't have that, you're screwed. Because, again, if you didn't have that and you just have to rely on the big play, just that, because, again, you could only have one guy to get open, it's really bad. But they have 2 number 1s, being A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. Works out really well. And, of course, Quez Watkins was their underneath receiver in this game. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, got 9 for 181. That's crazy. And Devontae Smith, 5 for 126. But Quez Watkins, I mean, he was really just running routes for these guys, being completely honest with you. But overall, pretty good. Jalen Hurts was the leading rusher. They didn't run the ball well whatsoever, though. He had 3 touchdowns. Miles Sanders really didn't get a carry. He had probably his worst game of the season. He wasn't hitting holes. Just tough game overall. But the other guys didn't really run the ball well either. Kayvon Wallace, again, he just gave up a lot of big catches because, again, he's not a starting player, but he did have 7 tackles. Josh Sweat had 2 sacks. Reddick had 2 sacks. And Javon Hargrave had 2 sacks. They got pressure. That's all we got for their defense. Jake Elliott missed a field goal as well. Justin Fields continues to show why he is he is a super, he's just fantastic. Whatever. He threw the ball pretty well. I mean, a lot of calculated risk is what you want to see from him. 14-21, 152, 2 touchdowns. He ran the ball for 95 yards, close to that crazy run that almost a touchdown, but he stepped out. David Montgomery was very efficient. Had 53 yards on the touchdown. About 3 reasons, 12 yards. I don't think he had a carry under 5 yards. Not even joking. No, wait, 4 yards. My bad. No, wait. Honestly, he probably had a couple carries where he had like 3 carries where he got stuffed. But that, he was very efficient. Byron Pringle 2 for 39, touchdown. David Montgomery 3 for 38, touchdown. They were pretty good overall. I mean, it wasn't much, but got it done, I guess. Nick Moreau had 9 tackles. Okay, you can't really stop Jalen Hurts, but whatever. Danner Houston Carson had an interception thing with Kyler Gordon. Joe Thomas also had a sack. Defensively, they didn't really play that well, but I don't think they played bad. Statistically, the Eagles had 421 yards to 248. Obviously, they had a lot worse rushing game. Surprisingly, 3-1 turnover ratio, though that's really what kept this game close. Bears' offensive line sucks, and the Eagles' offensive line is really freaking good. And for the Eagles' offense, Jalen Hurts did throw the ball, but it wasn't really the crossing patterns that I was expecting. And again, they have that underneath, those slants, those checkdowns, but they have them, which is huge. I like that. They didn't run the ball well, though, and they did get beat to the edge a couple times. I don't think that was really the biggest issue. It's the fact they went big play hunting, which you can't really do. because it just doesn't work all the time. I'll still give like 2 pluses though. They had a decent game. Defensively now, they didn't get the big. They did actually get the big play, but Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox were so big in getting penetration for those edge rushers. It was a masterpiece to see. I actually didn't contain Justin Fields super well, but overall, I'll still give them a plus. Eagles wasn't their best game, but I don't think it was their worst game either. Let's get to the Bears. And for Chicago, Justin has to have the game of the year. He didn't have the game of the year, but he had a really good game. Offensively, I mean, it was a pretty decent game. I'll give them 2 pluses. I don't think it was bad whatsoever. The defense gave a lot of big plays, but again, the Eagles were going big play hunting. Overall, though, I mean, they forced a couple turnovers. They made it a game, I guess. Yeah, defensively, I'll give them 2 pluses. The Bears played a pretty darn good game for their standards. So I got there, guys. Let's get to the Falcons and Saints. Here are the highlights.
So Bradley Pinion will kick away to Rashid Shaheed. Third down and 9 pass. Underneath Juwan Johnson. Another first down. Spinning his way. Lunging and reaching. They'll mark him down. He will throw it. And he's going to take a deep shot. And he's got Rashid Shaheed. Taysom Hill to the rookie. Touchdown. Atlanta this year not being able to convert on some deeper drives as of late. Sneak it or what? They'll run it with Johnson. He's got the first down.
So you can get those matchups.
3rd and 1. Algier does it again and breaks through. Tyler Algier all the way down inside the 15. They'll go right back to Algier. He's been the man on this drive, and he cashes in with a touchdown. Rid of it. It is caught, and it is Juwan Johnson again. There has been the excellent runner. You got a reverse here. And a chance at a throw for Desmond Ridder. Run on every down. Now Atlanta's running on every down. It's Patterson with a nice run inside the 5 to Patterson. On the cut, on the hit, into the end zone. Yep. Algier bounces off tacklers, looking for the pylon. Ridder looking for the first down, and who else but London, but he lost it.
11-on-11 football. Taysom Hill, go get us a first.
There he is, stacked up, and let's see. 5. Oh, Hill lost it on the fumble, or on the snap.
And from New Orleans on Sunday, the Saints knock off the Falcons 21-18, and it was a very entertaining game. Saints go to 5-9. I mean, whatever. They're done. Falcons 5-9. Okay, they're 5-9. I don't know what else to say. They're 5-9. They stink. They've lost 2 in a row. That's just not good. Desmond Ridder, you played as expected, and he actually made some really good throws though, and made some nice reads, but not it. 13-26 and 97 yards. They ran the ball like it's at will though, at least with Tyler Algier. Cordell Patterson got a lot of the tough carries, I'd say, against 3rd and 1. But Tyler Algier had a great day, and at least Cordell Patterson's there. They ran the ball well though. Drake London finally had a big game. Of course, him and Desmond Ridder, that connection will be abundant for the rest of the season. Obviously, Drake London, again, fumbled at the end of the game, but don't think that matters when he's the 9th overall pick. If you don't keep doing it, maybe he gets to an issue. Rashad Evans, 5 tackles, a sack. Of course, that was a great sack. I don't really know what else to say. I don't really watch much of him. He had a sack, 5 tackles. That was you had a great play there. Grady Jarrett keeps getting pressure. Lorenzo Carter, I mean, he's their best edge rusher. Even then, he's not very consistent. Arnold Ebiketie, tough game for him. He got mauled on the edge. He got tripped up, I'll say that. Saints, Andy Dalton, 11-17, 151, 2 touchdowns. He's playing like this, he's fine. Taysom Hill, 280 yards, forced that bomb to start the game. I like that. They played well. Alvin Kamara, 21 for 91, very solid game. They ran the ball pretty well overall. Rashid Shaheed, of course, caught that bomb, and that's really all he did. Juwan Johnson is their best receiving threat right now, with Chris Olave getting triple teamed at times. 4 for 67, 2 touchdowns. Again, they always have a good red zone tight end. Jared Cook, Jimmy Graham, keep naming them. They keep coming. Demario Davis had 6 tackles. Marcus May had 6 tackles. But Tyrann Mathieu had 6 tackles. One of that tells you there was a lot of throws over the middle. What happened? They either got knocked down or it was either a tackle. And a lot of those were the running game as well. But the run defense was pretty bad. Katavius Street did have 1.5 sacks. Caden Ellis also had a sack. Tyrann Mathieu had a sack. That wasn't a good sack, but he had a sack. Kyle Granderson also had half a sack. Overall, I don't think they played that bad overall. But yeah, both teams pretty even. Again, mostly pretty even. Obviously, a lot more rushing yards for the Falcons 231. They didn't have much of a passing game. 1-to-1 turnover ratio. The Falcons offensive line surprisingly gave 4 sacks. I mean, it was kind of decimator, but it also wasn't. Overall, I like how these both teams played. Obviously, Falcons can't throw the 97 yards and expect to win, though. Offensively, run the ball 35 times. Yup, they actually ran the ball nicely with Desmond Ridder. Craig Patterson did get the ball 10 most times passing game. I really do think that hindered them there. They did not. Well, they actually had some decent. Well, they didn't really have that many 10 plus yard third downs, though. That was good for them. Offensively, I don't think it was a terrible game, but I still got a minus. You can't throw for 97 yards and expect to win. That's why I said incorporate Cordell Patterson in your passing game. Falcons defense blew up the run. They did that pretty well. Well, not really. Whatever. Forced Andy Dalton to make throws off balance, and Grady Jarrett did not have 5 plus CFLs. Defensively, it was really just a letdown game. I gotta give him 4 minuses, honestly. You can't give up 14 points in the first 2 drives and expect to win when you got a quarterback who just simply is just new to the game, the NFL, so you just can't have that happen. Now let's get to the Saints. And for the Saints, Chris Olave got the ball. I mean, not 5 plus times, but it was close to that. Johnson definitely got 4 targets. 5 targets, my bad. And Alec Ware got 15 most touches. Offensively, did exactly what I wanted him to do. Yeah, they kind of fell sour after like the first 3 quarters. I really don't care though. 5 pluses. No, I'll give them 3 pluses. But they had a good game. Saints defense didn't give any. Really give a couple of them. I don't think they played particularly well, but I don't think it was a terrible game either. I'll give them an underscore. Saints broke the losing streak. Good one for them. Now let's get to the NFL on Fox. Arguably the most entertaining game of the Sunday. Cowboys Jags. Here are the highlights from this one.
Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Playoff implications on the line and a big late December matchup in Jacksonville where the Jaguars host the Cowboys. A win today and the Cowboys clinch a playoff spot.
He was an impressive guy, I'll tell you that.
Gonna give up the inside. Ball is loose. And I think the Cowboys got it. Dancing up the middle. Ezekiel Elliott is in for the touchdown for Prescott. A lot of time. Going deep. Going for the end zone. It is caught for the...
Down here in the passing game.
Lawrence looks, taps the ball over the middle. It's caught for the touchdown. Just looked like anger. Oh, a little zone read. Prescott has blocks inside the 5. Prescott leading forward. And he's going to be...
Play action here.
Oh, like that. Dalton Schultz is open. Instead goes over the middle. And so is Noah Brown, who's got the touchdown. Because they play Philly on Christmas Eve. They're 2 games back now. Lawrence over the middle. Oh, it's dropped. Lofty one has a man wide open. And he's got it for the catch. It's Kirk. Christian Kirk from Lawrence. Meanwhile, here is a field goal attempt from 33 out. And it's good from Riley Patterson. Prescott stands in, delivers a strike to CeeDee Lamb for a first down. Lamb cuts back, gets a block, still going. Kick is up and perfect. So Dallas answers Jacksonville's field goal with a field goal of their own. Stands in, fires, and it's an interception. Dallas has got it to Ron Bland. And this kick is up and it is through. On the fake here, pressure coming, rolls away, steps in, has a man, Jones is open, he's got it, inside the 10, diving for the end zone, touchdown! 2nd and 18, Prescott in trouble again, running away, looking, and it's high, and it's intercepted! The Jags have it, Jenkins has it.
Defense, they're coming through time and time again.
Little flip here, some trickery coming back, why not? Agnew's got it, gets a little block, has a lot of room, down to the 10. Lawrence lofting end zone, caught for the touchdown! Lawrence lofting, has Kirk, oh, he's got it! Lawrence pump throws, caught for the touchdown! Zay Jones! 3rd down, Prescott spins away, looking to throw on the run, does so, it's caught for the touchdown! Spins away, how did he do it? Still on his feet, inside the 40, ball is loose and it comes out, and the Cowboys have it. In trouble, throw, he's got a completion, Jones dives down to the 31, and the kick is up, and it is good. 3rd and 4, blitz coming, Prescott throws backwards, and intercepted, Jenkins has another one, racing down the sideline, top of his head, Jenkins is going to win it.
Didn't I tell you? Do you like how I sprinkled out to you weeks ago that Dak Prescott was a reason to be concerned? Do you like how I pointed out how, hey, you know something? A pick six or something along those lines about to happen? Do you like how I pointed out that what can go wrong will go wrong? You were up 27-10. You thought you had it, didn't you? You thought you had it. But then something happened. Something happened. And that's exactly what's coming. Oh, you Cowboy fans out there, you shivering, ain't you? You're a little bit nervous, ain't you? You're a little bit nervous because you know what I know. The end is coming. And it's going to be before the Super Bowl.
And yeah, Stephen A's reaction was my reaction to this game. I mean, the Cowboys, they blew this one. They're not going to win the division. Dak might not have to play the last 2 games. I guess that's the only good thing. 17 touchdowns, 11 interceptions this season. I actually don't think he's been terrible. He's actually been more mobile than he has been in a long time. But, I mean, the first interception was just horrible. I don't know what else to say. That was a really bad read. The throw wasn't terrible. Just the read was terrible. Like, awful, awful. Second one, Noah Brown has to make that catch. He flicked that out there for him. You just got to make that catch. I mean, yeah, it was covered. It was actually a decent throw. I mean, it was kind of a duck, but whatever. The pick six was not Dak's fault. Just the way it happened was kind of funny. He was 23 of 30, though, 256, touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Again, some really awful reads, but his footwork's okay. He's definitely planting. It's okay. All that's crap. It's really just the reads and some of the it's really the reads in his processing that just isn't up to speed right now. Tony Pollard was not good, not good whatsoever. I think he had one nice run. Other than that, he stunk it up. Zeke, surprisingly, was pretty good. He actually broke a lot of tackles, but their offensive line had a tough game with Tyron Smith coming back. He did have a touchdown, though. CeeDee Lamb was pretty good. Again, those loose routes really screw up with Noah Brown. He did not have a good day, even though he had 2 touchdowns. He dropped a lot of passes. 49 on 6 catches. CeeDee Lamb fixed those loose routes. I think he's good. Michael Gallup just really isn't what we expected him to be. And Payne Henderson, of course, had a nice touchdown. Anthony Barr, 6 tackles. Jordan Curse said 6 tackles. Okay, DeMone Clark, I guess he's back. I haven't really seen much of him since 2020, but good thing he's back. His knee, of course, thank God his leg's okay. Trayvon Diggs, 5 tackles. Whatever. He didn't do a lot, and Micah Parsons was nowhere to be seen, to say the least. He did absolutely freaking nothing in this one. Did have a sack, though. Deron Bland also had an interception. Brett Maher had 2 field goals as well. Jaguars, Trevor was elite. 27-42, 318, 4 touchdowns, and interception. Yeah. Miscommunication and just the misread on the throw. The ball placement was pretty bad. I don't know exactly who he was throwing to, but his footwork, a little off. He got hit as he threw. Couple things there. The interception was not good, though. They ran the ball really freaking well. They didn't run it enough, though. That's why this game went to overtime, in my opinion. But they were down, I'll be honest with you, they were down 27-10. So, yeah, 17-point comeback. Zay Jones had 3 touchdowns. He's legit. Big play guy. Marvin Jones also had a touchdown. Christian Kirk is a number 1 receiver, if you like it or not. Maybe not one. He's probably a bottom half number 1, but he's still a very good player. Evan Ingram continues to put up good numbers. Rashad Jenkins, 9 tackles, 9 assists, 2 interceptions. MVP of the game for sure. It was elite in coverage. Arnie King on 1.5 sacks. Josh Allen on one of the best pressure consistent games in his career. He had a sack. And Ryan Patterson had 2 field goals. Looking at the statistics, I mean, it was pretty much an offensive game, but the Jaguars had 503 passing yards. Dang. Or total yards, not my bad. 2-to-3 turnover ratio. Again, a pretty sloppy game overall. The Jags offensive line was fantastic. It sucked that they lose Cam Robinson because he was in the midst of a career year. Like, these numbers, yeah, it's not going to look perfect, 67.2, but you got to realize how big of a guy he's been for them. Third down, both teams were pretty good. I mean, it was a pretty even game. Again, just the turnovers were pretty bad, considering one was a walk-off. So I got there. Jags go to 6-8. We'll talk about them when we get to the Titans game. That's all I got there, guys. Let's get right to the next game. Yeah, for this Cowboys offense, sorry I said to get to the next game. We will get to the next game in a minute, though. 200+ rushing yards, no turnovers, no. They did score 30+ points, at least offensively on 2 minuses. They just were not. It was a little bit of a tough game. Dak at least moved the football, but they were not good. Defensively, don't give up the big plays at scramble drill. They did. Matt Parsons was nowhere to be seen. But defensively, I don't think it was all on them. Their offense kind of sucked after they scored 27 points. 7 points in the after that lead. 5 minuses, though. I mean, that was awful. That was really freaking bad. Let's get to the Jags. Came to the Jags offense. Trevor, He didn't turn over the football, but we kind of expected that. Even though I said no turnovers, I'm okay with it. I really am. Defensively, though. Offensively, my bad. 5 pluses. 40 points is 40 points. I know one of them was pick 6. I don't care, though. 40 points is 40 points. Okay. They did get a pick 6. They got the pick 6. I said it wasn't going to happen. What happened? It did get a pick 6. They did get 3+ sacks as well. Maybe, wait. They get 3 or 1. Whatever. They were really good defensively. Well, at least in the second half. The start was not good, though, because, again, against another team, it's just not going to happen. Of course, Stephen A. was going ballistic, but, yeah, overall, I'll give them a plus, I guess. It wasn't a good game overall, like, in the whole sense of the imagination. I'll give 2 pluses for the walk-off, but they were so good in the second half, so they can build off. And next week, of course, being on Thursday. Yep, let's get to the next national game. Lions-Jets. Here are the highlights from this insane game.
It's Week 15. The NFL on CBS comes to you from MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. To Williams, he stopped! The Jets form a wall! To the 46, move upfield. Raymond still going. Raymond could take it all the way. The hurdle, he's in! Touchdown! Wilson looks downfield, and he's got his man, Garrett Wilson. First down into Detroit territory. And on the Jets' single-season rookie record for catches, Wayne Corbett. Fake the handoff, bootleg. Wilson sets, he throws, he's got his man, caught, touchdown! This year. New set of downs, step, deep shot, Goff, broken up right at the end of the play. Indianapolis, Chicago, was on the practice squad here, and he knocks it. Jets looking for something, can't make a mistake here though. Wilson, home run ball is caught. Jeff Smith, 4-yarder, Zerline nails it. Fake the handoff, Wilson has time. And he's intercepted, picked off by Jerry Jacobs, working the sideline. Pick thrown by Zach Wilson. Badgley connects. Extra offensive lineman. Floater caught. Touchdown. Uzama. Little pitch to right. Big gain. Brock Wright is going to take it the distance. Touchdown. Lions. Gets away. Wilson. Floats it up. And it's caught. Elijah Moore. To hold it. Zerline. From 58 yards away, Zerline's kick.
Nope.
No good! The Lions hold on!
And from MetLife, the Jets, they sold. They've lost, what is it now? They were 6-3, right? Wait, 5, let's just go 5-2. No, 6-3. So, they've lost 4 out of their last 5. 5 out of the last 7. Yeah, it's been tough for the Jets. I mean, 2017, great win for the Lions, who are now flip the script to say the least. After that 1-6 start, they've won 6 out of the last 7. Great for them. Only loss being to the Bills, who are the number 1 seed in the AFC and who have won, what is it now, 5 in a row on Thanksgiving. But yeah, the Lions, they're gonna probably have to win out to make the playoffs, but I do think it's not impossible for sure. They got 2 games, layup games, you could say, the next 2 weeks. Obviously, they're playing the Panthers next week on the road, and then they're playing at home against the Bears before they have to go to Lambeau. That's going to be a tough one. But yeah, whatever. Jared Goff, 23-38, 252 touchdown. He missed a lot of deep throws, which was a big problem, and their running game really suffered because of it. Not DeAndre Swift, but he's not going to get many carries because he'll probably get hurt. Justin Jackson, I mean, he was there as well. But for back on Jared Goff, those deep throws really killed them. I think it will kill him later in the season, so if we can get back to that, that would be awesome. But he was in all the layouts. That was huge, which we'll get to Zach Wilson in a minute, as Rich Eisen did say. But whatever. Enough of Rich Eisen. I'm not saying down pretty good, 7 for 76. Khalid Raymond 5 for 3, pretty good. Of course, Brock Wright had that insane touchdown go ahead as well. Donaldson continues to be a threat in the passing game. Defensively, Deshaun Elliott 5 tackles. Kirby Joseph, Jeff Okudah, and Aiden Hutchinson all at 4 tackles, getting a lot of pressure. You also John Kaminsky and James Houston with a sack, and as well Jerry Jacobs did have a sack interception, but. For Deshaun Elliott, leading tackle definitely deserved that. Michael Badgley also missed a field goal for the Jets. Zach Wilson didn't hit any layouts in all the other throws, though. 18-35, 317, 2 touchdown interception. Was not good overall. His interception was god-awful read. Jesus, what the heck was he doing? I don't know. Had a guy wide open the flat. If he can't hit the layups, he's not a viable NFL quarterback. I really don't know what else to say. Like, ridiculous. He was in the press conference, though, and he did admit to some crap he did, but Zach Wilson at least was not good in this one. Overall, just wasn't. I know big throws, whatever, but he had under 60% completion percentage. Some quarterbacks can do that. He can't. He's got to be better there. Garrett Wilson, of course, had some big catches. C.J. John, of course, 2 touchdowns, 1 for a 40-yard bomb. Great play there. Defensively, they really just stunk. I don't know what else to say. It was just a bad game. Yeah, they only gave 20 points, but their coverage wasn't good. Up front, they were really good, but they're always really good. Their tackling was pretty god-awful, though, and their secondary was not as good as you expect. Sauce wasn't bad, though, I'll say that. Greenlaw did miss, of course, the game winner, but kind of expected that. Because it was 50-yard going into the wind. The Lions had a lot more yards. Really disappointing game if you're a Jets fan. Of course, the only turnover of the game being from that awful Zach Wilson interception. They also gave up 4 sacks. Tough game for sure for the Jets. At least they gave 33% of third down. I really don't know what to say. Tough game for the Jets. Lions win their, what is it now? 3rd in a row. Great one for them. That's all I got there, guys. Let's get right to the keys of game grades. Okay, for this Lions offense, 10 was explosive plays. They didn't get that, but again, they had the big one. Dennis Swift didn't get the ball a lot. Jameson Williams did get a couple. I don't know why I didn't get a screen, but he didn't. Jared Goff didn't take a sack either. Defensively, overall, they were really clean. Yeah, Jared Goff not hitting any of the intermediate deep throws was really frustrating, but he'll get back to it. It was an off week for him. I don't think it was a bad week overall. He was actually making the right reads, though. It wasn't like that. He was in pretty good rhythm. Just missed the throws he needed. Of course, that duck on that Jameson Williams potential touchdown. But whatever, offensively, I'll give them a plus. Really wasn't a good game, but again, against the Jets defense, it was better than a lot of other teams have done, so I will give them a plus. Wasn't a great game, though. I'll give them 2 pluses. Okay, for the Lions defense, they did make Zach Wilson move around, and they did get Garrett Wilson not to have a huge play. Even though saying that, they gave up a lot of big plays. But I will, again, they were good. They just kind of forced Zach Wilson to do crap. It was more Zach Wilson sticking it up than them playing well. Kind of blew it at this point in the game. I'll still give them an underscore, though. I don't think they played a good game at all, but with Zach Wilson stinking up the joint, that's kind of what's going to happen. Zach Wilson did get 300-plus yards, so, that's something. Donovan Knight stunk. He was awful. I don't know what else to say. He just did not look good. And they didn't run the ball a lot either. Zach Wilson, if he hit the layup, they would have won this game at least by 10 points. No joke. They would have, because a couple of them Jesus, that's a 20-yard game there. You want a big play, just hit your dang check down. But actually, offensively, I think the offensive line did get bullied. Defensively, I will just give them 3 minuses. It could have been worse, but I really don't think it was the worst possible outcome. But, yeah, 3 minuses. Good versus good, win the battle in the trenches. They actually did win the battle in the trenches. The problem was their secondary and their linebackers did not win for crap. Defensively, I have to give them 3 minuses. Just bad game. It wasn't they didn't get blown out or anything, but frustrating loss. Patriots Raiders, here are the highlights from what was the craziest ending for sure of the season.
We welcome you to Las Vegas on a 48-degree Sunday afternoon. It's week 15 of the National Football League.
Carlson from 49 gives Las Vegas a 3-0 lead.
Execution, that calm and poise from the QB.
Nick Folk from 24. Fake to Jacobs. Carr steps up, and then a little flip. Catch is made by Jacobs. Some improvisation from Carr. End zone. Touchdown, Waller. Welcome back. Oh, run is blocked. Coming through to block it was Malcolm Kuntz. Carr looking end zone. Fires. It is caught for a touchdown.
In a field goal, that's a good first half.
Oh, screen picked off. Touchdown. Kyle Duggar. From their 2-yard line, Stevenson coming out of the end zone. Found a hole. Ramondre Stevenson. 7 yards away. Season long 52, career long 56. Folks' kick is good as Jones fires wide open in Raiders territory is Jacoby Myers. Myers today in the biggest play of the game on either side, and now Stevenson back home in Las Vegas takes it in to give New England the lead of 34. To the right side, Jones throwing left, easy catch. The 2-point conversion on 4th down. He throws, it is caught.
Nice.
From New England 30. Carr, end zone, it is pulled. Mac Hollins out on defense, he's all the way back. As Stevenson
is anyone going to
is inside the 30, flips it back. Stanford band nowhere in sight. It's picked off. Oh no! Oh wow! Incredible! Chandler Jones takes it in and wins the game for the Raiders.
Okay, so the Raiders knocked out the Patriots 30-24. Obviously, Jacoby Myers, I don't know what the heck he was doing before the game. I think he did probably watch some Johnny Manziel highlights. I don't know what else to say because that was really bad. Mac Jones, other than his completion percentage, that stiff arm, that almost as bad as Josh Norman. Jesus. So Mac Jones, just flat, a picture of Josh Norman get just flashes his brain. And that triggered that play by Chandler Jones. That's probably the worst play, one of the worst plays I've ever seen. It was god awful. But at least remind Stevenson averaged 9.1 yards per carry. Again, that was a couple of big carries, but it doesn't matter. It's still a huge game. Mac Jones can't really. He just was not there today. Just wasn't. He made a couple of big throws, but other than that, just not there. He stunk. They run the ball really well though. Jacoby Myers is their leading receiver. Not surprising, but other than that, oh my god, that play, it's so bad. Down defensively, though, Jawad Bentley had a sack. Of course, who was it? Kyle Duggar had the pick six. That was really good heads-up play. Devon Godshot is a beast inside. Yeah, maybe not consistent. I don't really care, though. John Jones, 5 tackles, really got cooked up a little bit. Matt Judon, I don't even think he played. Did he? He might have. I really didn't see any of him, but Devon Godshot and Matt Clark combined for a sack. Nick Folk hit 3 field goals. For the Raiders now, Derek Carr, other than the pick six, was really good. 20-38, 231, 3 touchdowns. Able to find someone else other than Devontae Adams, which is good to see. Josh Jacobs was pretty decent. I mean, they're kind of shutting him down right now because that's what they do. Keel Cole, yeah, it should not have been a touchdown. I don't really care, though, because it was good for them. Darren Waller, still getting these really nice touchdowns. Matt Collins also caught one. And Devontae Adams was pretty solid. Got kind of clobbered on one route, but I'm not going to show that because it might have been a little graphic. No joke. But yeah, Denzel Perryman, 8 tackles, decent game. Luke Masterson, Gerard Harmon were both solid. I think defensively they played a good game. I mean, the run defense was kind of pure crap, but it wasn't really on the linebackers overall, though, because, yeah, they gave some big gaps, but it was really just the defensive line. Really not controlling it whatsoever. Their techniques were not good. And that is on Max Crosby if you wanted that, me to ask. They used good pressure, though. Okay, now talking about the overall game stats. 1-to-1 turnover, obviously. I wonder what one of that was. But yeah. This game came down to that final play. Really, it was. Both teams played pretty bad football, but in 2 13 on third down by the Patriots was not very good. But again, the Raiders, you kind of got an early Christmas present. So good for you guys. Tell got there, guys. Straight to the keys to game rich for both these teams. And for New England, they did. I don't know what else to say. That was the worst play I've ever seen. That gives me 4 minuses. But the run game was really good. I don't know what else to say. Those 5s because again, what did they score? 17 points. I'll give them 5 minuses now that I think about it. Patriots defense. They weren't awful. I didn't really any big plays, but their red zone defense, really just the defense on the and their own side of the field was pretty atrocious. Seemed to just exploded. They did have pick six though. Held the Raiders somewhat in check. I mean, their coverage wasn't great. Their rush defense wasn't great. It wasn't a great game overall. I'll just give them a simple minus. Now let's talk about the Raiders. Okay, offensively, they were literally just a plus. They did their job. You don't actually give 2 pluses because they go ahead touchdown. But that was a game you just needed because, again, defensively, they stepped up. I know that play was not because of them, but they won the game. 3 pluses. Good game, Raiders. Yeah. How I got there, let's get to the worst game of the week. Cardinals Broncos. Here are the highlights, if you want to call them that.
James Conner. One-handed catch for a touchdown. Interception by Isaiah Simmons.
Oh my goodness.
From 52 yards away. And got it. Blitz is picked up. McCoy high. And it's intercepted. Taken away at the 40 by Justin Simmons. Simmons down. Prater. And Murray slips through. Latavius Murray. Ball's out. That is a fumbled football. And it looks like, are they ruling it? The kick is up there. It's out there. And through there. The kick from 55 away is right through. Team currently, Arizona right behind him. Murray is loose.
Arizona. Marlon Mack is into the end zone, and that's a Bronco touchdown. The end zone, and that is intercepted. Buda Baker. They go about a few plays in this game, and there were quite a few yesterday. Marlon Mack turns the corner. Murray to the goal line for a touchdown. Latavius Murray. Intercepted. He's going to take it to the house. No, he won't.
They just went to the right that time.
Rippon for the end zone. Touchdown Broncos. James Conner. Touchdown Cardinals.
And the Broncos finally won a game. Yeah, they knocked off the Cardinals 24-15 in a 2-score ball game. Colt McCoy got hurt. Probably can start next week. He had an interception. Combined 3 interceptions by the quarterbacks. Colt McCoy actually was decent. Trace McSorley was not decent. You just know. They didn't run the ball well either. I think Trace McSorley should have got a couple more carries than he did, but whatever. D-Hop did what he was supposed to when you have a backup quarterback, and even then, like, when he gets hurt, like, they're an absolute mess right now. They're two of the worst teams in the NFL for sure. Okay, defensively, Isaiah Simmons, 5 tackles, Marcus Golden, 5 tackles, Buda Baker, Christian Matthew, all have 5 tackles, and Marcus Golden had a sack, J.J. Watt also 3 sacks, good game for him. Buda Baker had an interception. Overall, it was just the fact their pass coverage on their corners was pretty awful. Didn't help that, they had 6 sacks, though. It didn't help that, Byron Murphy got hurt. I'll just say that. Matt Prater had 3 field goals, though. Broncos, the running game was really good. Brett Rippon had some really easy throws. We'll just say that. 21-26, 197 touchdown interception. Jerry Jeudy looking at number 1, 7 for 76. Eric Thomason also had a touchdown. Defensively, Alex Singleton, okay, whatever, it wasn't perfect. Joseph Jewell played pretty well. Interception from Pat Surtain. Also, Justin Simmons had 2. He's the best AD in the league right now. I don't know what else to say. He's so good. Deshaun Williams had 2.5 sacks as well. I mean, yeah, Baron Browning had half sack. Didn't do a lot other than that, though. Brandon McManus also missed a field goal. Didn't really pay attention to that, being completely honest with you. Browns had more yards. Really just bad game overall. 3-2 turnover ratio as expected. 7 sacks by the Broncos is not good. But I guess they didn't turn over the football. Well, they actually didn't turn over the football as much. I really don't know what to say. This game was awful. Cliff Kingsbury is going to keep his job because of this excuse. They were pretty bad offensively. And for their defense, they put up a fight. They didn't get a pick 6, though. J.J. Watt did have 3 sacks, though. I guess that's all you can say. Again, they were not really good in the run defense, though. I'll give them a underscore. Time for the Broncos. Denver, I don't know what else to say. They were decent offensively. They were able to run the ball. They stick to it. I mean, they do it next week. They should be okay, too. But offensively, they didn't really do much great. I'll give them an underscore. It wasn't a bad game. It wasn't a great game. I'll give them 2 pluses. Now I think about it. Because really a lot of expectations for that offense. Defensively, they did not pitch a shutout. It was a little bit of a disappointment, but I mean, 3 interceptions. They played pretty darn well. Again, one of their touchdowns was in garbage time. The touchdown was in garbage time, so they only get 9 points as well. They definitely didn't disappoint. I'll give them a plus. I'm not gonna do anything more though, because again, they didn't get a shutout or anything. But yeah, Titans Chargers. Here are the highlights.
In Inglewood, California, SoFi Stadium, as the 7-6 Titans visit the 7-6 Los Angeles Chargers.
It's a lot of people with his receiving abilities, jet sweep possibilities.
They run it again, and this time Kelly takes it in. It's Henry. He's got a lot of room to run. Derrick Henry down the sideline and out of bounds inside the 20. He takes the snap right up the middle. Henry is in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Throwing one up for Mike Williams, and it's intercepted. Did he get the feet in? Yes, a touchback. Down at 11. Tannehill steps up, looking deep for McMahon, and it is intercept up the middle with some room. Henry's got a first down. Bullock has attempted a field goal from beyond 50 this year, and it's no good. On the run, he's got Keenan Allen. What a throw by Eckler. Trying to fight his way in, still going, and he is in. 2nd and 2, he picks up the first down, it's still going. Derrick Henry out to the 40-yard line. Over the middle, he's got Okonkwo breaking free. Okonkwo out of bounds at the 20. To do it himself, Henry knocks him in. Touchdown! Tannehill on a bum ankle.
Defensive linemen really have to hustle up so you can get up and spike the ball.
Pressure's coming. Herbert eludes the rush, throws on the run, and it is caught!
Clock is running.
Williams attempt out of the hold of the punter, J.K. Scott.
are selling. They've lost 4 in a row. Of course, they were 4 games up on the Jaguars and only a game up on them in the division. Obviously, the winner of that division is probably the only team that's going to make the playoffs in that division. Ryan Tannehill, I don't know what to say, though. He has no one, I mean no one to throw to. 15 of 22, 165 interception. He did the best he could. Again, the interception was pretty darn bad, but I really don't know what else to say. It was kind of an arm punt. No, they weren't going to run the ball there. But the Chargers 8-6. They've won 3 out of the last 4. Really good bounce back couple weeks for them. I like to see that. They're probably going to sell anyway, but 17-14 win. Wait, no, who the heck did they play next week? The Colts will probably lose that. Or they'll actually probably get blown out because my ass won't start the second half. But Derrick Henry, 21 for 104 touchdown. He wasn't actually like super in terms of broke out a big run, but basically every single run was a good run. He was the lead receiver as well. That tells you what the heck they have here. Tumazu Okonkwo is good for a big catch every year game. He did have that. Robert Woods, Nick Westbrook, Racey McNabb, Chris Kelly. That's just not it. Robert Woods is washed up. I'll just say that. I mean, there's no rhythm there either, but he's washed up. Okay, defensively, Greg Maven was all over the field. Not always in a good way, but overall pretty good. Jeffrey Simmons had a sack. Marcus Walker, of course, had 2 sacks. Kevin Byard had that great interception. Joshua Kalu also there as well. Top play of the day. As well, Randy McBulloch missed a field goal. Now talking about the Chargers. Justin Herbert, 28, 42, 2 interceptions. One of them shouldn't have been an interception. Obviously, that great play. The other one, I don't know what to say. I mean, that was just not a good read. I don't know what to say. They ran the ball pretty well, though. Joshua Kelly, maybe not that great, but whatever. But, of course, Justin Herbert had that big throw. To Mike Williams. Really, he's only a good play of the game, though. Keenan Allen, favor 86, pretty productive. Josh Palmer also got hurt. That's one of the reasons their offense kind of was dormant most of the game. Austin Eckler should have got 20 more targets. That dang screwed me in fantasy. I need, 40 points out of K-Makers? Something crazy like that. Oh, yeah, now talking about Drew Tranquill. 7 tackles and a sack. Okay, I don't know really what else to say. I mean, made some big plays basically the whole game. 0 out of an interception. Kevin Calvin also had a sack. Chris Ruggiero, Kaziano also had a sack. A lot of good one-on-one matchups for them. But I don't really know what to say. Dicker, the kicker, made a go-ahead field goal. Game winner, actually. Stats, both teams, it was actually a pretty decent offensive game. 1-2 turnover ratio. 4-3 sacks allowed. Both teams pretty equally horrible on third down. So I got for you guys there. Let's get right to the keys game grades for both these teams. And for the Titans offense, did they score 35 plus points? No. Derrick Henry? No, they didn't turn over the football. Ryan Tannehill did not have a better completion percentage than Justin Herbert. He actually might have. Actually, now that I think about it, probably. Offensively, I don't know what to say. They can't throw the football. That's a problem. Titans defense forced Justin in to throw to Wilson. No deep balls and 2+ interceptions. They actually played a really freaking good game, in my opinion. I'll actually give them 2 pluses. Offensively, I'll actually drop down a 3. I mean, they ran the ball well, which is what you expected. But again, there's no explosiveness there, and their defense, they can't bail about the whole season. And now for the Chargers offense. Justin did air it out. Did not work out a couple of times, but did work out at the end. Never got some rhythm. Their offense was really just ineffective. And in this one, their scheme just kind of collapsed on them, on their face. I don't know what else to say. But it kind of worked out in the end. I'll give them an underscore. It was not a great game whatsoever, though. Defensively, they did try to stop the kick. Didn't work out fully. But, I mean, the fact that you could just shut down Ryan Tannehill was really nice to see. 3 pluses. Their defense is really coming on right now. Again, they weren't perfect, though. They should have, against any other offense, would have gotten probably lose by a lot more. Or they wouldn't have won, but whatever. Okay, there, guys. Let's get to the NFL and CBS doubleheader game to recap. Here are the highlights from it.
67 and comfortable, but all kinds of intensity in the air on this Sunday afternoon of wild excitement around the league. We've got
going 1st and 10. They fake the P. Right ball is tipped, and there's your man Carlton Davis. Here, suck up. They definitely haven't caught one since. They haven't had a deep game. They're looking to go that way. Down the field they go. Who else but Evans again? On 4th and goal, Brady's pass back to the end zone, and it's a touchdown. This from 50, though. Now hold on. It's wide of the mark. Back to Godwin, and he's across. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. With about 25 yards to spare. Oh, my goodness. Look at this. Ball on the ground. That was Giovanni Bernard, the former 1 yards. Not able to maximize the gift. They get the 3, though. He did. His whole career. That velocity is there. Here it is on 3rd and 8. Wow, oh my goodness. To the end zone, back in the end zone. Higgins with the touchdown. Brady has no chance. Ball's out on the ground and recovered by Cincinnati.
Iron on iron.
It's looking that way. There's the pass. And it's caught by Boyd. Bengals take the lead. They bring it. And as Higgins holding on for it for the 2. League right now, 1st and 10. There's another fumble. Another mishap. This 2nd and goal. That's Chase. And that's a touchdown. Oh, he got hit when he threw it. And that bounced off the ground before Pratt got his hands. Throws it. Wilcox has it. Touchdown, Cincinnati for the closer. Touchdown pass it is. It's Russell Gage.
The Bucs suck. That's really the story in this one. They were up 17-0. 4 turnovers from Tom Brady after that. 34-6 blowout after, I don't know what to say. That's the reason this is the score. Joe Burrow, though, 26-39, 204 touchdowns, interception. Didn't really do anything in terms of pushing the ball downfield at all, really making any big plays, but he did what he's supposed to in the red zone. They didn't run the ball well at all. Again, they didn't really move the football. It was really just they got gifted red zone opportunities, but Jamar Chase 7 for 60 touchdown, Tom Boyd 5 for 35 touchdown, Mitchell Wilcox 3 for 34 touchdown, T. Higgins 5 for 33 touchdown. Defense took every single opportunity they had. Yeah, only 1 total sack. They got a lot of pressure though. Of course, Logan Wilson had that play. Jermaine Pratt and Trey Flowers with their interceptions. Defensively, they played really well. Overall, just everyone played well. Yeah, I mean, Trayvon Williams is actually pretty good in the kick return game. Now for the Bucs. Okay, Tom Brady, again, 4 total turnovers. Yeah, 3 touchdowns, 3 12 yards, 30-44. Really good first half, really bad second half. They didn't run the ball even nearly enough as they should have. Leonard Fournette was on pace to go for, my opinion, over 100 yards. He just didn't get there, though. Chris Godwin, 8 for 83 touchdown. Again, just pretty decent. Mike Evans can't get open. Same thing with Russell Gage, even though he had 2 touchdowns. The receivers just really stink. I don't know what to say. There was really nothing open. The Bucs offense is god-awful. Defensively, yeah, interception, a sack. They did what they're supposed to, considering, the whole second half. Yeah, for the third quarter, every single play was in Bucs territory, which is really bad. Ryan Suckup had a missed field goal as well. But statistically, I mean, yeah, the Bucs had a lot more yardage to get, but the 1 to 4 turnover ratio is just horrible. The statistics don't really show a lot. I'd say the film does. It was a really bad game. Bengals, 2-score win. That's all you need to know. For these Bengals, they didn't run the ball 31 times. They didn't really move the football. Again, they did what they were supposed to. I guess they didn't turn over the football as much. Offensively, I don't think it was a great game. I'll actually give it an underscore. I guess they just didn't blow it. And even that, again, they really struggled to move the football overall. Bengals defense killed the run game. They did. Pressure time. Yep, and played press. They didn't do that a lot, actually. But 4 total turnovers speaks for itself. I mean, they gave a lot of yards. I don't care, though. They did what they were supposed to in the end. I'll give them 5 pluses. They're the reason they won the game overall. Time for the Bucs. So, Tom's offense, it looked like they wanted to be out of the first half. They were really inspired. After that, after they just sucked, they looked really bad. 5 minuses. If you turn over the football 4 times in 5 drives, you're going to get blown out. And what happened? That's exactly what happened. Bucs defense, they were on the field, they were on their side of the field the whole freaking game. That's just inexcusable. For that reason, I won't really blame them a ton for it. I'll still give them a minus because, again, they didn't play well overall. But they didn't actually play the worst game I've ever seen, though. It was a decent game. Okay, that's all I got for the whatever the heck that game was. Let's get to Sunday Night Football. Really freaking good NFC East tilt.
What a shot and what a place. 'Tis the week before Christmas in the nation's capital. Robinson inside. The rookie's got it. Powering forward for the first down. And Sly is having a good season. From the 10, 2nd and 18. Thibodeau got there, got the ball out, scooped it and scored. Touchdown Giants. Washington breaks 4. Jones fires. It's caught for the first down. For the Giants, direct snap Saquon Barkley. He'll take it to the left, and Barkley will score. Heineke looking for the end zone. Touchdown! 43-yard extra point try for Joey Sly. And he missed it. To extend the lead, hit it well. Hit it well. Knocked it through. Drive tonight. They start from their own 9 again. Heineke looking deep, going downfield, and caught, pulled in by Dotson. And 5 options, looking for space to get rid of it. He's brought down. Dexter Lawrence got there. The ball came out. 15 times tonight. Barkley, another big run, another B-button spin move. Ryder snaps it. Jamie Gillen puts it down, and from 50, got it. What a time for the best field position of the night for Washington. Heineke down the sideline, breaking open. Samuel out of bounds. Heineke, look, Zeke, Thibodeau out of the play. Heineke throws, incomplete.
And on Sunday Night Football, the Giants get their biggest win in, I don't even know, a long time. They knock off the Commanders 20-12 on the road. They go to 8-5-1. They have like a 91% chance to make the playoffs or something crazy like that. Yeah, they could, if they don't sell these last 3 games, they should make it. Daniel Jones was very good, 21 of 32 to 160. Saquon very efficient, 18 for 87 and a touchdown. Daniel Jones was not efficient on the ground, but he did what he was supposed to. Richie James was their leading receiver. Again, not really as much of an explosive passing game, but it was serviceable. Kayvon Thibodeau, best game of his career, 9 tackles, a sack, forced fumble, and a fumble recovery. Obviously, that play was fantastic. There's a 1-minute YouTube short on it, obviously being Brett Collins. You can go watch that. But Jalen Smith, Fabian Moreau, Jason Pinnock, all had 4 tackles. Azeez Ojulari had half a sack. Ryder Anderson had a sack, and Lex Lawrence had half a sack. Griffin also made 2 field goals. Commanders time. Taylor Heineke, really bad couple plays, but overall, again, that Bob, he just had a tough game, 17 of 29, 249, a touchdown. I don't really know what to say. The receivers weren't that good overall, but, I mean, Terry McLaurin was not getting the ball the way he should have, which was more downfield crap, less underneath stuff, really bottling him up there. Of course, Jahan Dotson got that Bob, also that touchdown. And in the red zone, why didn't they run the ball? I really don't know. Well, I mean, at the end, like, kind of expect that. There were some killer penalties as well. Taylor Heineke really played overall a decent game, but I don't think just inconsistencies and the fact that they're bad killer penalties are really the difference. Bob McKinnon had 9 tackles. Dave Johnson also had 7 tackles. Defensively, the run defense was kind of imploded on the last drive, but they played the way you expected them to overall, which is a good freaking game. But overall, that's what we got. Of course, Joey Slye missed that 1 kick. Stats-wise, okay, yeah, I guess they did it. The Commanders outgained them. The 0-2 turnover ratio was a big difference, though. Obviously, one going for a touchdown. The 0-3 sacks as well, and 2-10, 1-10. Both these teams really stuck on 3rd down. That's all I got for you guys there. Let's get right to the keys to the game grades for both these teams. And for the Giants offense, Saquon has to finally have a good game. 100+ rushing yards, 5+ yards per carry. Bang. Daniel Jones has to have 3+ passing touchdowns. He didn't have that, but offensively, it was overall just a gritty game. I'll give them a plus. Better game I've seen, especially in the past couple weeks. Giants defense, stop getting bullied on the edge. They didn't get bullied on the edge. Kayvon Thibodeau has to shed blocks more consistently. You bet he did. Defensively, best game of their season, you could argue, 4 pluses. The reason I'm not giving you anything more than that, some really bad, big play, just implosions. That's really all I got there. They were really good other than that. Let's get to the Commanders. And oh boy, this Commanders offense did turn over the football, and they did not tie. Again, they just couldn't come through in the end. That's really the reason they lost. Disappointing game, 3 bonuses for them. Defensively, they did give up 100+ yards rushing. And Jonathan Allen, 3+ sacks, 5+ TFLs, 1+ forced fumble, and 4th down stuff. I don't even think did he play? I didn't even see him. Like, he didn't really do much. Defensively, I don't think it was a bad game. It really limited a lot of the yardage type of crap, but I don't think it was a good game overall. I'll give them an underscore. All I got for this one, guys. Hope you guys know this Week 15 NFL Sunday recap. Yeah, that's all I got here. Monday Night Football recap obviously coming out tomorrow. So, yeah, see you for that one, and yeah, see you next one.
And Mbappe scores. Martinez got a hand to it. Game on at Lusail, and the French president's loving it.